Drafts and experiments let you propose and test changes to your search and display network campaigns. Drafts let you prepare multiple changes to a campaign before pushing them live, whereas experiments help you measure your results to understand the impact of changes before you apply them to a campaign. In this video, we'll use drafts and experiments to test a manual CPC versus target cost per acquisition, or target CPA, bid strategy for a search network campaign. By creating a draft, you are mirroring the original campaign's setup. From there, you can make updates to the draft as you would a normal campaign. Drafts are useful when changes need to be reviewed before going live, or if you want to push multiple changes out at once. Let's get started. Either click Drafts and Experiments from the Page menu, or use the Go To shortcut button to search for drafts. Click the blue plus button and select an existing campaign that you'd like to make a draft of. Now enter the name of your draft and click Save. At this point, you've created a draft campaign, which is an exact mirror of your current live campaign. To open the draft and begin making changes, click the draft name. For this example, we'll change the draft campaign's bid strategy. You can either apply these changes back to the original campaign, or you can create an experiment from the draft to test how your changes perform against your original campaign. In this case, we want to test how the target CPA bid strategy performs against manual CPC. So we will proceed with creating an experiment. To create an experiment that produces clear results, it's important to focus the test on one change at a time. This is because it's impossible to isolate the effect of any single variable if an experiment tests multiple changes at once. Enter a name for your experiment. Your experiment shouldn't share the same name as your original campaign or any other experiments in your account. Choose a start and end date if you'd like. If you're testing a bid strategy, allow the experiment at least 4 to 6 weeks to run. This is due to the learning period, in which the system is adjusting to optimize your bids. If testing ad creatives, keep in mind that experiment campaigns must go through ad approvals. This can take about a day, so factor this in when scheduling your experiment start date. Additionally, ensure that each creative that's being tested is receiving a substantial number of impressions, or else the results will not be statistically significant. Specify the percentage of the original campaign's traffic and budget that you'd like to allocate to the experiment. In this example, the experiment is designed to be 50-50, so 50% of the campaign will use the max CPC bid strategy, and 50% of the campaign will use the target CPA bid strategy. A 50-50 experiment split is always recommended, as this is the fastest way to measure significant results. What type of split option you decide to use is at your discretion. With a search-based experiment split, each search query is split evenly across the base and experiment campaign. With a cookie-based experiment split, users may only see one version of your campaign, regardless of how many times they search. This can help ensure that other factors don't impact your results and may give you more accurate data. In general, we recommend cookie splits over search splits, particularly if you use remarketing lists and a non-last-click attribution model. Now, click Save to finish creating the experiment. After clicking Save, your experiment may take several minutes to hours to create. Avoid making any changes to your experiment and original campaign while the experiment is running. If you must make changes, be sure to make the same changes to both the original and experiment campaign. Once your experiment has been running for at least one day, you'll see a performance scorecard populate at the top of your experiment. This scorecard outlines how your experiment is performing in comparison to your original campaign. We report statistical significance levels for all metrics via specific icons in the ad interface. When monitoring your experiment, it's best practice to focus on one metric to understand performance. When testing a bid strategy, the typical metrics to observe are conversion volume and average target CPA. For this experiment, we see that target CPA drove greater performance than manual CPC. Now remember, smart bidding needs time to learn, adjust, and perform better. Our recommendation is to wait at least 3 weeks to begin to understand the differences with auto bidding. If you're happy with the experiment's performance, you can then apply these changes to your original campaign, or convert your experiment into a new campaign. If you convert your experiment into a new campaign, your original campaign will be paused, and your new campaign will show with your other campaigns as a regular campaign. If you have any questions or for more information, please visit the Google Ads Help Center. For more step-by-step videos on Google Ads implementation and optimization, check out Google Ads tutorials.